Okay, we're pausing a current search underway right here. It's a bankroll of circulated cents. Found a nice pile so far. Not a pile. Nice, some really nice coins. Nice batch. Here, my son just went and picked up a box of 25 uncirculated from Philly. I said, check see if they got any pennies, and came home with a box of uncirculated 25s. I know they're uncirculated. I went through one already. So just want to see if this box has any distinctive errors or issues. Always like to check at least one roll before I start selling these rolls. And I do have them listed on eBay. I can send you the email link below the video. As you can see, full roll uncirculated from the bank. We're going to zoom down and head back over to the microscope and see what we got. It's always exciting. Just going to go right in the middle. And no, not going to worry about right side up, upside down. There you go. Clear that up. 25. Just going to do a quick run through. And get a tube. Put all these inside a tube so I can preserve the uncirculated. Alright, nothing here. I'm going to be looking for feeder finger issues, naturally, cuts, things like that, cracks, anything that stands out. Let's get to it. One down. I'm going to go ahead and, well, actually, I'll stay here. I could see the coin. Let me just open my window up a little bit. Please bear with me. There we go. Oh, I can see a lot better now. Alright. Up to here. I'm using a glove. In the event something does pop up, I don't want to put a fingerprint on it. I hate these gloves, but it is what it is. This can be boring. I just wanted to show what these rolls look like. They're all uncirculated. It doesn't mean that they're going to be void of little dots and stains. You see that quite a bit. But some are really nice. So far, nothing. I'm not looking for minor little errors, and but if I notice it, I'll pull it out. I'm looking for major issues, just to get a feel for what's in the roll, or in the box for that matter. See nothing going on here. There's scoring on that. See, that's probably just a score. nice clean reverse. Sorry. What do we got going on here? Staining on the bottom. I'm going to see about popping out to my large view, just because hope you can still see that. Yeah, you can still see that. Nothing. I had to pull out of the software view so I can get a better view of the coin. Close full of dust balls. I could see better. Oh, come on. There we go. Nothing. I did not go through this roll. This you're seeing. You know, it's live video recording. It's not live, but you're seeing it as I open these up. If there's any new errors to be found, you're right there. You're right there with me. And again, I will have these rolls on my eBay site if you're interested. I'll put the link below. And they're getting hard to find. What is going on? You get a little hair from the cat? I don't know. It's this glove. What is going on here? That's why I hate these gloves. I don't have hair. I'm nearly bald, so it's not my hair. It's a cat. So, you pick up everything on the microscope. I'm not gonna play that double ear game. I mean, I've seen the double ears. I don't think it's a double ear. It's just it's like that. You see that? The ear has a little, punching to it. I mean, honestly, that's probably a combination of a shadow and the way you hold the angle of the, I'm not playing that game. Unless I see two ears, I won't put it out there. So, hello, 2 ears. That double bow tie thing. And the VDB, extra V. Yeah, there's some that actually do look like it's really a V. Excuse me. I think it's more of a crosshatch issue with the die. I don't know why they put a V on some and some not on others, and the V's in different places. I'm not fully on board with it. I mean, I've seen them, the 23 extra V. Is it a crosshatch? I don't know. You want to look in the shield. You see a lot of issues with almost like a broken die on the left top part of the shield, and they do occasionally put out I like to call them a retained cud or encapsulated cud above the shield. People yelling. They're saying, oh, there's no such thing as a cut unless it's along the rim of the coin. I said, well, what do you call coin material that squeezes out through a crack? I understand it. Before, uh, you got laminated coins, cladded coins. Cuts are along the rim, the edge of the rim, because that's where they formed. But with all these clad coinage nowadays, you get a die break or a you know a, basically anything along a heavy line of the coin, and once it gets pressed, it's going to release material from below, which technically is a cut. So we're going to call them retained cuts. There's a nasty scratch from the bag. But the thing is, I'm getting at it. You can't call it a cut because then they get all upset. Well, what do you call it? You call it a die break or a die chip with protruding material. Yeah, it's a cut. So I call it encapsulated cut or retained cut. Just to shut them up. It's not a cut. It's a retained cut. Just shut up. I get it. Coins that with no clad. How can you get? You can get a cracked die and material coming out in the middle of a coin, and you call it a cracked die error. But I'll call it a cut. I don't care. I call it retained cut or encapsulated. In the middle of a coin. But yeah, look for them above the shield area. They're popping up. Not say much on the 25s, but on other years, seen some nice examples of them. That's what we're kind of looking for. Anything with a major issue, off strike or doubling, and not machine doubling. A lot of these coins, you look hard enough, you'll see doubling because your eyes start doubling. It's like that heavy lobe on the ear, and that's not a mint error. Unless there's a giant retained cud attached to it, that's all right. But I'm not going to make up mint errors. I'm not in it for that. You want to find that 1 in 10,000 coin that's worthy. Getting down to it. These are always fun to look through. They could be boring, but they're fun to look at. Impossible spike head, nothing. And then in the 21s and the spike heads and a lot of 22s, 23s, a lot of the Lincoln since has spike heads. Unless it's something that's running down his face, I don't even give it the time of the day. I mean, it's almost embarrassing. You're trying to sell a coin with a minor spike head to it. I don't know. If you agree, let me know. If not, like this looks like a worn die. You can see sections of the L and Liberty and around the top. That's a worn die or a weak strike. And you got a lot in the back above the shield in the States. That's from a worn die or pressure on the die that it's causing that weak strike above the shield. And that happens a lot with older cents, the memorials happens as well. I think it's the pressure of the Liberty building, Memorial building, causing almost like a ripple effect. shaking of the die or the coin itself, causing a variance of pressure along the strike. That's my theory. And if you have another one, let me know. You see, in the, I'm grabbing a memorial here. Yeah, here you go. You can grab any one. In the above E pluribus unum, you'll see a very weak stamping, and I think it's because of the pressure of the die on the coin, on the planchet. The extra pressure from the building, or lack of, put it either way, probably because of the pressure. It's actually warping the planchet slightly during the strike and causing that weak detail. That's my theory. A lot of folks say, "Oh, it's just a worn die." Well, you can get a really clean coin throughout the whole coin, and then just that little area above, at the top. So how's that worn die theory work for you? Not for me. Had a little. I apologize. My Facebook is bonging away. Must upset somebody. I thought that was a die break along the shield. It's not. Let's see. Getting down. I got 4 more left, and that will conclude this video. Almost done. Going on. Kind of what I expected. This thing's just going crazy. I'll find out who it is. I'm not going to look right now. Some people just have no control. Just comment anything that might be somewhat controversial, and they just attack. Should just mute it. I don't know how. Alright, and one more after this, and we'll conclude this preview of 2025 Philadelphia Uncirculated Scents from a fresh roll. That'll be it. If you do happen to get these, want to just leave them in the wrappers for eternity, that's fine. Or, go through them. I'm not sure that there's anything substantial out there in the 25 with the era. Any kind of mint era. But it would be nice to, possibly, find something. That's how you find them. It's new era found. I like the 24 with the cracked planchet on the left hand side, and the 21 with the split right down the whole coin to the BDB, things like that. And I've got some really nice 24, 23 with serious feeder finger errors. But no one seems to get excited over that. I mean, I'm talking right across the coin. It's a feeder finger. It's not a PMD, post mint damage. And anyhow, it's no one seems to be interested. I've probably got 100 of them, so we'll just hold on to them. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button, or like below. Comment if you found any 25s with anything good looking at them. I got a whole box here. I'm not going to go through them, but you never know. Somebody comes up and finds something really nice, I may dig in, but right for now I'm offering them. Yeah, I actually bulk sell them at on my eBay shop, and I'll list that below the video. Take care and have a nice hunting day. Coin hunting, bankroll. Take care.